Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Crypto Scene Investigation, where we have a look at various cryptocurrency projects and we ask ourselves, is this really going to be worth investing in? Today we'll be looking at CFL365. If you like what I do on this channel, please consider liking and subscribing. And also, if you do want to comment some fabulous things, you're very welcome to. Do want to promote a healthy community where, we say things which are going to be constructive. And if you have any knowledge about this project, which maybe I do not say in this video, you are very welcome to comment that as well. But please do be kind because, once again, healthy community. Let's have a look at this. CFL365, current rank 8,000. Incredibly low. Total supply 400 million. Volume in the last 24 hours, $640. Anyway, let's so we can see it's gone up by 33%. Now we need to ask ourselves, is this going to be worth investing in? So, as we can see, we've gone from 0.003 all the way up to 0.004. Scam from the very start. Dev wallet were unlocked and sold millions of coins. It deeps like 100x100 from pre-sale. Well, he's pretty much right, he or she. Jimbo, I'm not going to read the rest of that. So, we started with a decent price of 0.047, wonderful price to get in at. And we're currently 100x below. So, that's divided by 100, maybe. Anyway, so what do these guys do? So, pretty interesting. I was like, I'll look into these guys. Because one thing which stood out for me is this part right here. The project aims to bridge the gap between the users who are into legacy finance and in the crypto ecosystem by giving them an opportunity to try out their skills in a hybrid market. So I was like, that's interesting. That sounds fascinating. They're currently only on one marketplace, which is xt.com. Do not know anything about them. Never heard of them. No, I'm kidding. I think I might have heard of them. So let's have a look at some of the on-chain data. On-chain data and deliciousness. The 3 out of 5 of the top 5 holders, as we can see, are contracts, which is car pie. It's good. But look at that delicious number 2. You see something which this one's missing? Great concern. So let's continue looking at some of the other stats. This is what bscheck says about it. It says risky. Okay, buy, sells, fine. Dev wallets, okay. Ownership not renounced, 34%. The owner owns this wallet right here. So Rugpullington, thy name is CSI. Yeah, so it says that it's got 62% locked. I couldn't find, or I couldn't, like, when I was sort of trying to look up the information for this, I couldn't quite see exactly where it was locked. Dev address, okay, so that's where they probably get those numbers from. So that's probably like a compilation of those dev addresses. Don't know why they have so many. But yeah, so it sounds like a bunch of these may actually belong to the devs. Oh, and they got some other ones. Uniswap, okay, ZeroSwap as well. Yeah, I did have a look on Unicrypt and I couldn't find anything in regards to the actual tokens being locked. Hope that you guys are enjoying the lovely sound of rain in my background. Cool. So I couldn't really find anything on kucoin neither, so we skip past that. Tokensniffer, what does that say? 0 out of 100, in other words, 10 out of 10, the best. No prior similar token contracts. So it says so we've had one which has been similar, but it doesn't seem that this one's been warned for anything. But it's also got like a 0.98 score, which is once again great. Ownership renounced, so the ownership is not renounced, so they could disable selling fees or mint new tokens. But usually it does have a little sort of X thing here if, let's say, they can change the fee, for instance, or if they can pause the contract. So I can't see anything where it says that, but that could also be a possibility because the ownership has not been renounced. Own wallet contains 31% deliciousness. And yeah, so this one says that no liquidity has been locked or burned. So it all depends on whether or not you want to believe one or the other in terms of tokensniffer or bscheck. So then we have a look at Moonarch. Moonarch says that its market cap is 163,000, which I don't know if that's actually true. So it doesn't say anything there. It doesn't say how many tokens are currently in circulation, but as we can see, the fully diluted market is $160,000, which I mean is not very much when it comes to cryptocurrency projects, to be honest. So as we can see, the owner 31% and unlocked is 68%. So it's been 100% unlocked. This could be used to mint supply this little ERC20 a little bit of detail. And there's some others which, if let's say you are a developer or you know how to read Solidity, these could be helpful to know as well. Yeah, so liquidity is $603. I mean, I don't know what these guys are trying to do with this jazz, but anyway. So here are some of the Reddit stats. They went all the way from 4 or 5 up to about 60. So actually, is there? Okay, there's only 76 members. There's honestly no point in us doing this. But most of these posts are from like 6 months ago. I did find one which was quite interesting though. This is going to the moon. I checked the team and advisors, and now quite assured that once the project gets in the market, the tokens are going to go to the moon. Good luck being rich, folks. And then this comment down bottom. Well, CFL365 is in the market 12 days now, and they have been to the moon and are coming back now. I just thought that was so funny, man. Down to earth very, very fast by the looks of it. No parachute either. And then the OP winner said, lol, hodl. That was 5 months ago. So, I mean, this token according to coinmarketcap, so if we have a look, 5 months ago, when was that? So it says that he bought it on, so this is just interesting to look at. So he did this on, does it give us a date? August 17th. So if we have a look at where the price went on August 17th, it's so, you know, you just have to wait, man, and it'll moon. It'll moon all the way down to earth. Cool, so yep, so that's a little bit of that jazz. Twitter stats, so they've got 32,000 followers, which is quite a lot. Now, I'm of the opinion that they're probably going to be possibly bot followers, and there is a reason why I think that. So as you can see, over time, they have had a huge increased amount of followers. They've had minus 1,459 followers. So, you know, these guys are doing great in terms of social aspects. Wonderful, 10 out of 10. Yeah, so I don't really know what's been happening. But if we have a look at some of this jazz, I did join the Telegram group as well. The Telegram group is horrendous. It is literally mega dry as heck. In fact, I'm going to be leaving the group right now because I do not want to be a part of it. Yes, so we can see, that these guys are actually, so they have. They're still posting, you know, that's good. They're still posting, good. And as we can see, so one comment here, no comments, and no comments. And so that's February 6th and February 1st. So I don't know why people aren't commenting, because first of all, if you have 32,000 followers on Twitter, I mean, chances are you'd at least see, you know, a few comments, right? You know, a little bit more than one. So no comments there. Retweets and likes, cool, you know, so there's a bit of interaction. And the only comment that we have is talking about Sunset and NFT for Russia, OpenSea. So someone's just posted that. And it has nothing to do with this. So anyway, as we can see, community interaction, 10 out of 10, would subscribe again. So, please know that I'm being a bit sarcastic with this, by the way, guys. It's just because I had a bit of high hopes when I started researching this, and then after looking into it, I'm like, well, dang, flip. But anyway, we still try to be a healthy community, right? So, in the last 12 months, we can see that we've gone up 96%, so 100, so that was during the August sort of time, right? And then, you know, a little bit less in October. And then for the past 90 days, so this will give us the absolute information. They had a big day on November 23rd, which was the release of November 23rd, there. So as we can see, they've had a whole bunch of things going on. Yeah, so I couldn't find a roadmap for this project, unfortunately. So I couldn't find a roadmap. They do sort of talk about and preach about a bit of their tokenomics, but hey, if you want to invest, earn over 2,000% APY. And once you've earned over that 2,000% APY, then you may also get pulled underneath the rug from this 31% wallet here. So let's continue looking. So use a bridge to convert. Cool. Get to know about. So this guy actually. So this is one of the co-founders, and he was actually in an interview. So we actually see one of the faces behind it. So that's cool. So we got Saeed, our good boy. Key features, so you guys can have a look at this. So pause, unpause, cool, look at that jazz. Key features, pause, unpause, great, you've seen it. Okay, tokenomics. So these are some things which are pretty important. Also, I try to look at the white paper. Once again, very helpful. So then we have a look at the tokenomics. Tokenomics are, whoa, didn't realize I could do that. Well, that's kind of cool. Can I do more than one? Ooh, look at that. Anyway, so a little bit flashy. As you can see, a whole bunch of these are for different things. So I don't know exactly what that sort of 31% wallet is for, or 34% if you're thinking about bscheck. But I'm probably going to go straight off what the actual etherscan.io says as opposed to other links, because that's the actual on-chain metrics, or the actual on-chain metrics. That's probably right. So we have advisors team, 15% team. How fascinating. 30% ecosystem and rewards. I feel like those would probably be somewhere else. So we have the list of advisors first. So do we know these guys? I don't know. Maybe you guys might know them. I feel like I've heard of Nathan Pearson before, though. I feel like I've seen that guy before. Team. So we have Saeed and Ashish. And I did click to have a look on their full team. So let's have a look at our support system. Do we have any recognizable names? Yes, yes. Possibly. Yes. Maybe Phoenix. Polygon, yep. And I can't really read that name very well. So we can't actually click on the links. I don't actually know. So first of all, these guys feel like a little bit niche if, let's say, they were to actually have, these guys being the supporters, right? And if these guys were one of the supporters, then I feel a little bit sorry for them because, like, their whole thing has gone and dipped heavily. Yeah. So it's a bit unfortunate. But one of the things which is interesting is we don't actually know whether or not these partnerships are legit. If anybody has information, you're very welcome to comment. But yeah, so I try to have a look at the alpha. DNS site could not be reached. Great, so that's done. And then they have a bridge somewhere. So let's have a look at the bridge. ETH to BSC bridge. Fabulous. Also doesn't work. All right, so 10 out of 10 would do again. Having a look at the team. So they don't actually show the LinkedIn of these other guys, and they have links which you can click on, which do nothing. Another suspicious thing which people don't really think about is, how good is the website. So, links which do not work, 10 out of 10, but they look like they have some, so these look like genuine members. These look like genuine members who've been a part of this. And yeah, so the website's kind of clean-ish overall, except for the fact that they have links which genuinely do not work. Yeah. So anyway, let's have a look at some of these other bits of jazz. So this is Saeed, the guy himself. So he's co-founder and CEO of CFL365 Finance. I'm a bit surprised why they don't have a little logo next to it, or a link or anything. You'd probably expect that. But he's been with a few others, and one thing which stood out to me was OKX, because that's an exchange which it's not one of the bigger ones, but it's big enough for me to have known about it and seen it on a few different projects. So he was the marketing head in India for those guys, which is pretty impressive. So he's also been with something called Nuo Network and a few other things as well. So you guys can have a pause and read if you want. So I'm going to do that now. There you go. Pause, read, unpause. Great. Next one. Ashish, 244 followers. He's also had a few other things as well. So he's the co-founder of CFL365. And he's also with CoinDCX. He was with Utrum, if I'm pronouncing that right, and Fluidscapes as one of their consultants. So you guys can have a proper read of that as well if you wish. Yeah, so in terms of those guys and their actual sort of deet/stats, nothing really sort of stands out to me as, like these guys are super trustworthy, because I haven't seen, any sort of things in terms of their development, although, as we have seen here, they do actually have a few other guys who have been doing like some full stack developers and product designers and social media manager. Well, I'm glad that she's still working, because we have seen those Twitter posts, so, kapai. So as we can see from their roadmap, they pretty much almost had nothing. I couldn't really find anything when I tried to Google it, so we go to the next one. So CFL365 interview. As you can see, a lot of people are talking about CFL, a lot of people. But let's take out the word interview. Let's see what we can find. So, certain 100x plus, Suppo man, we need to listen to these people. If you want to get 100x, so that was done 6 months ago, will this new altcoin hit 100 to 400x and make you rich? And it says certain 100x plus, so, the fact that it's certain means that we should believe them. Yeah, so anyway, I reckon listen to people who always who always post videos like that. Never listen to anybody else. Don't even watch my videos, because all I talk about is absolute trash. Anyway, long story short, do you invest into this project? Heck no, run away, get out of it, leave it behind. I don't see any reason why you should invest into this project. I mean, they even, okay, so let's say you're like, but oh my gosh, bro, but what about the 2000% APY? Well, if you want to invest into it because of that, keep in mind, APY can change. So anybody, you know, like let's say on DAOs, for instance, where, you know, they sort of like talk about, I don't know, like 47,000 or 73,000% APY, right? Those numbers can change. They are not APR. APY can change. But I mean, yeah, I don't exactly know how people can exactly tell the difference between APR and APY, but those are two different big things, so, you know, you could be like that. Plus, we don't actually know how old this website is, because we have found 3 different links, or a bunch of different links on this website which don't currently work. They're on pancakeswap? Get out of here, you are a liar. I don't think they have any liquidity to work with though, so how can you buy with no liquidity? Yeah, so that, I don't think that kind of works, but anyway. So, long story short, folks, do not invest into this. Sorry, I forgot to add a little disclaimer. This is not to be considered as financial advice. Anything which I say on this video. Anything which you've heard me say in this video is not financial advice, folks. Only for educational, inspirational, and in this case, entertainment purposes. Yes, so, that's our video. Join my Patreon. I lost one, and yeah, I don't know where he went. But yeah, I think he had a bit of a bad experience from what I've sort of talked to him about, and then so yeah, poor guy, man, poor guy. I think that he got a bit of rug pull. So yeah, hope that everything is good with him. Anyway, see if you want to join my Patreon, early access to these hilarious videos about me roasting people. But yeah, once again, if you like what you've seen in this video, like, subscribe, comment some delicious jazz. Yeah, and I guess fairly well.